What's up, you guys? It's your boy. Welcome to my world. And okay, so this chapter of the National Taizai, chapter 251, it has the OG stigma making an alliance with the National Taizai, the seven deadly sins, and I don't like it at all. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I don't like it because I don't like Rudasao because Rudasao is a little conniving little bitch. But anyway, like okay, so you the way it's setting up now, it's not perfect. It's really not. Shit is going to fall down bad as time progresses. I'm talking about on the human side, on the human side and the goddess side, because you gotta look at it. I'm telling y'all, there's going to be a divide between the humans and the Holy Knights. My bad. There's going to be a divide between the Holy Knights because there's going to be one side that's like, yo, let's go with the seven deadly sins is right, and then the other side like, no, the goddesses is right. And even though Elizabeth and Rudisau made that pact to symbolize, yeah, we're in an alliance together, that doesn't mean that everything's peachy keen and everybody's gonna go with what everybody says. There's going to be differences of opinions, and eventually those differences of opinions may lead to some fisticuffs. And all I'm saying is, the outcome of it may be the breaking of an alliance. And whoever Holy Knights is going to come with the seven deadly sins is going to come with the sins. Or whatever Holy Knights is going to stay with Rudasal and them is going to stay with Rudasal and them. Most likely the majority, you know? But yeah, now it's set up to where the sins are going to fight against Meliodas. And I'm like, yo, you just gonna leave my boy Meliodas in by himself like that? Like, that's fucked up. Like, I thought like when Bond comes back, my boy Bond, like, he's probably gonna be the one to like stop all this, but by that time it's probably gonna be too late. Like, cause Bond's in purgatory. This man has to get Meliodas' emotions from purgatory, come back alive, sane at the very least, and give it to Meliodas. So then he can at least feel some type of way, so his emotions can be like, all right, we can go about this thing a different way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, from what it seemed like the Holy War is like right around the corner, and I knew the Holy War was coming up close. I knew it was coming around, but I'm like, yo, this it's like the Holy War is in like a couple like days or something. It's like, I mean, it's not in a couple of days, but it making it seem like, yo, the Holy War is like it's almost here. Like, so I don't know. As far as the other clans, all we know is the Goddess clan has returned. The Demon clan is still here, doing stuff. Like, it said in the chapter, like the Demon clan is still in control of Camelot. Like, at the end of the day, like ain't nothing changed. All this changes. The Leones Holy Knights are back in the capital, and the seven deadly sins are there as well. That's all that's changed. Like, it's still mostly controlled by the Demon clan. You have the three archangels, but that's it. Like, we don't see nothing going on with the fairies. We don't see nothing that's going on with the giants, which is making me to believe that either if the other clans don't agree, and then that's when King and Diane and all of them, they're gonna have to separate, and it's probably gonna be by Elizabeth. Elizabeth like, yo, go on your own, do you? You know what I'm saying? They're either gonna be like, do you, but just fight alongside us, or it's gonna have to be like, oh well, we're completely like not on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to fight together. Like, I'm doing my thing, they're doing their thing, y'all can do your thing. But most likely it's gonna be like, it's gonna have to be King and Diane to get their people. You know what I'm saying? To get the giants and the fairies to fight alongside with Stigma, because you know how that's how it was back in the day. You had the humans, the goddesses, the giants, and the fairies against the demons, and y'all still and the demons almost still won. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, now that the seven deadly sins are there, and you got Stigma and Guilt Thunder's back. But this man, he looks distraught because he lost his boo. You know what I'm saying? He's hurt, and you got Hendrickson and Dreyfus. Now Hendrickson and Dreyfus throughout this couple of chapters, it's been like Dreyfus is seeming to be the more rational person, because ever since Dreyfus got like because I understand what the manga's doing. Like, he's trying to redeem them for all the bad stuff that they did. But it seems that Dreyfus is the more level-headed one, honestly. Like, he's not so willing to accept stuff. Like, he's skeptical. And it makes sense because Dreyfus was a part of Fraudrin. And Fraudrin was around 3,000 years ago when they fought the goddesses. So he should remember, kind of, if he has the memories of Fraudrin, he should remember, like, way back 3,000 years ago. I understand Dreyfus wasn't around 3,000 years ago, but I'm saying, like, he was in Fraudrin's body. Like, you know, Fraudrin was in his body. So Fraudrin knew his stuff, so Dreyfus should know Fraudrin's, like, stuff, you know? But yeah, he should have those memories from 3,000 years ago and be like, oh, he may not know, like, Rudisau, who he is, like, directly, but he can at least be like, yeah, this man, he like sketchy, you know what I'm saying? But the way that Dreyfus is doing, he's skeptical, and he's like, yo, Hendrickson, calm down, because Hendrickson is backing up, like, Rudisau 100%. I understand Hendrickson is a druid, but still, Hendrickson is he's too, what's the word? He's too eager to go and redeem himself and prove himself. He's like, I understand, in his mind, he's like, yo, this is a upper leg above all the demons and stuff, all the demon clan. But he doesn't know who Rudisau is. He don't know how Rudisau operates. Rudisau does not care about humans. He only cares about goddesses, honestly. And when Bartra was like, yo, I want, like when he found out Margaret wasn't Margaret, he's like, yo, get out of my daughter's body. And then you got my boy Hendrickson. He's like, yo, no, King, it's okay. We can trust him. And that's what's gonna fuck him up. Cause he can't put his trust in Rudisau. It's going to come crashing down. Rudisau is gonna do some things, and Dreyfus is gonna be like, I told you. You know what I'm saying? And then Henderson is going to be once again in that position to where he's like the bad guy, you know? And I can already see how the seeds are being planted to where that the mistrust within the Holy Knights are being sown, because when who was it? When Rudisau said something about Meliodas, he was like, yeah, Meliodas isn't here anymore. Like, he said I find it interesting that the captain of the seven deadly sins was the Meliodas, but now that Meliodas isn't here anymore, most likely he is with his like demon clan brethren and stuff. And that's when you saw a panel, and it was small, but that's when you saw a panel, and it was like all the Holy Knights like reacting. So that's where it's going to be like, oh, well, Rudisau's word over the seven deadly sins word. But then you got people like Dreyfus, and then you got people like Guilt Thunder and probably Hauser, who's like, yo, at the end of the day, like that's the seven deadly sins, and we just met these goddesses. Like, goddesses are supposed to be all that, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, that's the seven deadly sins. If the goddesses look sketchy, they look sketchy at the end of the day. Who has been down with us since day one? The seven deadly sins. They ain't stirred us wrong yet. They helped save the capital like 4 or 5 times. Like, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much it for the chapter, you know what I'm saying? Meliodas, yeah, he's it's sad really that because Meliodas isn't there, Bond's not there, Escanor, why did I say Escanor? So Escanor's not in his big mode, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, so she has to make the decisions. She makes the decision like, okay, we won't have to go through a pact with even though she doesn't want to, she does know it is the best course of is the best scenario that she has to do. But it's just sad because they're always at it's this thing where they're always at opposite ends. You know what I'm saying? Always in arm's reach of each other, but then always it's like a mountain is always dividing them. At one point, it's always going to happen. They could be this close to each other, but then eventually it's like this. You know what I'm saying? Always on opposite sides. And it's just sad that Meliodas doesn't have emotions right now, or if he does, it's very little. But it's still sad. Like when you see that panel of him by himself, like in the dark, and I'm like, bruh, my boy Meliodas, and he sees the little lights of Rudisau and Elizabeth. And I'm just like, bruh, why? Like, it's so sad. Even Meliodas is like, bruh, why do we have to be on the opposite side? Why do we have to fight? You know? It's crazy. And Rudisau brought up something to Elizabeth. He's like, yo, maybe if you do this, then Mother will probably lift your curse. And I don't think could that happen? Because if Meliodas becomes Demon King, which his father wanted, he could unlift the curse, you know? But it's a possibility. But even still, Elizabeth wouldn't accept that because she loves Meliodas too much. Okay. Well, that's pretty much the chapter, but I said something in the live reaction. I will say something around Margaret has Rudisau inside of her. She has a goddess inside of her. Elizabeth is a goddess. What about Veronica? All Veronica's been Veronica. If you've been watching if you've been reading the side stories, Veronica has been working with Guila on her swordsmanship. So, as far as I'm concerned, Veronica's left in the dust. Like Veronica's always the princess that's been slept on the most. Like, yeah, she got killed off and then she got brought back, and then she has this whole thing with Dreyfus's son, I can't remember I always forget his name, but yeah, she has this thing with him, but she doesn't, but she does. It's I want to see her do some badass shit. Like she's fighting, or she was. I'm pretty sure she was fighting when the Goddess Clan came back, or that might have been Jericho. I don't remember, but yeah, I want something to happen with Veronica, because Veronica, her sisters are like badass and shit, and then you got Veronica, so I'm like, bruh, no. Oh yeah, the Holy War has to begin at least in a couple days, because Elizabeth is about to die in like less than 3 days, so it has to start eventually. Like it's gonna happen, so it has to happen in a couple days. But yeah, with that being said, y'all, that's pretty much it. Yeah, there needs to be a lot more setup. Like we need to a lot more of the clans. It can't just be. I don't want to just be demon and goddess. It needs to be a lot more stuff. Like I need to know, because if this whole war is happening within the time span that Elizabeth is alive, then yeah, it needs to there needs to be more clans involved, and I need to know like what the fuck is going on with everybody else. Yeah, but with that being said, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, click the little bell if you want to get the notification post, and I will see you guys later. Peace.